I want to show you where I used to live when I was in grad school. And so we got the truck parked here, and this is a parking lot, even though it's all grass. So this is a 7-acre property, and there's some houses that are over there. There's like one big house over there, and then over here there's another big house, and then I'll show you over that way in a little bit. But this is basically the property is owned by a nonprofit, and they host a lot of different events on the property. And so as being a resident here, I was involved in helping set up and take down for different events, and then I was also in charge of kind of taking care of the landscape. So this was the house that I lived in. Here there's a little apartment here, and then a bunch of guys lived downstairs, and then there were 3 of us guys that lived upstairs, so I lived up there. There's like a gym over there and another little house right there, and so I would use that gym to go work out. And then I lived here for 3 years. So while I was in grad school, it took me 3 years to get my master's degree, and I lived here during that time, and it was just such a blessing. It was awesome because it's super peaceful here. There's a plum tree over there, right there, that I used to go pick a bunch of plums and eat them. They always have hammocks out here that are in the shade for people to hang out in. So it's kind of like a place of respite. You know, the property has events and different groups that come here for different things, but it's also used for people to hang out and come and get some peace and quiet. And this is a little chapel here that Taylor and I actually got engaged in that chapel. So that's where I asked Taylor to marry me. Taylor lived on this property as well. She was over at the other house, at the girls' house, and I was at the guys' house, and so they're just about to have an event right now actually, and that's why we're here. They're doing like a picnic for people who have lived here on the property and people who just have been involved with the nonprofit. And so we're gonna have a picnic, and let me show you a little bit more. So there's a pool, which is super fun, and looks like they have some games set out.
What are you doing here?
What's your name?
My name is Taylor. What's your name?
I was just telling them about how we lived here and how awesome of a time it was.
That was great.
It's really fun to be back.
We got engaged here?
Yeah, I just told them that. Yeah.
Good memories.
Yeah. So I'll keep showing you guys around. Hey. This is a super fun place to hang out. Just a bench that's overlooking this area, and a great spot to come, like if I was reading a book or something for school, or I just needed like a place to just sit and think. That was super helpful to have that bench there. We also made a frisbee golf course on this property, one of my roommates and I. So we picked a bunch of the different trees, and we created a map, and we had like records, and we had like different hole-in-one records and stuff like that. So it's a super cool house. This main house is where they have all the events, and so the family that owned this house, they donated it to, they basically started this nonprofit, and they donated the house to be able to use for different events. And so on the inside of the house, they have rooms upstairs that they can host people. So we would have different like political figures come here. There would be different musicians and authors that would come here to stay. And so if anybody was coming to Denver, and they were connected with this house, they could come and stay here. And then they would have, you know, a bunch of different events. They would have concerts and stuff like that out in the yard and everything. And it was just super fun. It was super fun to hang out with everybody. There were six guys that lived here and then 6 girls that lived here. And so we just hung out together all the time. We'd eat dinner together, and a lot of them were going to school as well at the same time. So I had a lot of classmates that came through here. Chief's just hanging out right now in the back of the truck, trying to keep him cool in the shade here. But yeah, it was really cool living here because we got to meet a lot of different famous people or different you know, we had lunch one time with the mayor of Denver, and it was just really cool, the connections we were able to make and the friendships we were able to make. And we wouldn't have been able to do that if we hadn't have lived here. So it was a really cool time in our life. Taylor and I just came early today so we could help them set up for the event a little bit, and we're super excited because we're gonna see a bunch of our friends and just get to hang out, and it'll be fun. Obviously our time here was super special to us, and the fact that we got engaged on this property makes it even that much more special. Taylor and I, we dated for a year, long distance, and then we got to a point where we knew like we wanted to get married, but we thought it would be good to live closer to each other first, just to kind of finalize that decision. And so that's what this place was for us, just to be able to finalize that and just be like, yeah, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So yeah, this place is super special for us. Thanks for watching today. If you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button all the way in and click the little bell so you get notified when we post new videos. And if you're already a subscriber, consider hitting the share button to help our channel grow. We'll see you guys later. Hats off to you.